So now we're going to talk about joint activity routines. So we're going to talk about how to develop these joint action routines, what's involved in getting good communicative interaction, and how you can support that for your child's development and learning. So the first thing is it's very important that you find your child's smile. That positive affect between a parent and the child is really key. The more you can respond to your child's smile and be responsive in a fun and engaging kind of way, the more your child will learn. And this is proven through the research, because when the adult reacts positively to a child's behavior, that increases the likelihood that the child is going to produce that behavior again. So if your child reaches for the bubbles and you say, "Bubbles? You want bubbles?" that is reinforcing that behavior of reaching to request. So you really have to be a detective to figure out what and why your child is communicating. How are they communicating and why are they communicating? Because when you see those opportunities, the more you can reinforce that and make it positive for the child, the faster they will learn. The next point is you really have to watch your child's body talk. So if your child isn't using words, again, you have to be a detective and see what their body is expressing. They may have a glint in their eye, and that might be the communication you have to take and use. You have to respond to that little glint. So they may be stiffening up as an indication that that's something that they don't want, and you have to respond to that. You have to watch that body talk. Eventually, we want them to learn gestures, and I'll be talking about how we can promote learning gestures. Very important for children who are learning to make that step from not being verbal to being verbal. Okay, so we're going to talk about joint activity routines. So the first thing you can do is make sure you clear the space. Limit your child's distractions for other things when you're going to do a routine. You want to follow your child's interest. You want to have both you and your child engaged in the activity. It shouldn't be about what you are doing, and it shouldn't be only about what he or she is doing. You need to be engaged together with that activity. You can target different goals or objectives in these joint activity routines. You can be working on eye contact. You could be working on physically moving around the room. You could be working on a gesture. You could be working on sound production or words. You can do many different things within these routines. And they should be very brief, like 2 to 4 minutes. And they should be simple, interactive, and fun. Children with autism learn best through routines. So anytime you can think of a routine that you can introduce for your child that has a beginning, some kind of start, has a middle, and then has some kind of end, that's going to be a good way to help your child learn. A routine can be made up of anything. It can be a song, like the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. It could be a book. Predictable books are very great for kids on the spectrums. So if it's brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you get it?
You've read that one a few times. Keep going, Robbie.
So if the book is predictable and it has a pattern to it, then the kids love to help out with that pattern, and they will learn the pattern and they will tell the story, and you can use that as an engaging activity. Physical games are lovely, chasing games, or games where maybe you're swinging your child in a blanket. So you pick up the blanket, you go up, 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 swing, 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 down. So it's that same kind of routine, up, 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 swing, swing, down. So it has a routine to it, and you expect your child to do more and more within that routine. Bubbles are awesome. I can't say enough about bubbles. So you want to find a rhythm to a routine, so it's got parts to it. You want to have a routine there's sharing, And there's turn taking. You're sharing smiles, you're taking turns, you're making expressions, and you're using words and gestures to keep things going. Ring around a rosy. So if I'm going to do a ring around a rosy theme with a child, I'm going to start with a gesture. Let's play ring around the rosy. Hold his hand and then ring around the rosy. Da, 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 da. I'll fall down. And then we stand up again. I'm going to do it a few times, and then I'm going to wait. I'm going to pause and wait. And maybe the child will just do some kind of gesture to get it started. Or maybe he'll reach for me, or maybe he'll put his hands up, who knows. But that'll be enough to start the gesture, to start the routine again. So you have to get your child's attention. You have to use simple, fun actions like a routine, a song routine. You have to repeat what you say and do using the same words in the same way. And you provide an opportunity for your child's turn by pausing and waiting and looking to see if they will do something to start the routine again. Then you wait and you cue your child by looking expectantly at them. So you're waiting for something to happen to start that routine again. And then you look for your child to request, and that's what makes it happen again.